Hola mundo, hello world. Hey, it's me, Jen, aka Faceless Doll. So for this video, I want to make it more interactive. I want you guys to write in the comments with one word or one lesson that you would tell your younger self if you had the opportunity to do so. And here we go. I'm going to tell you guys what I would do differently. Well, not differently, what I would tell myself if I had the opportunity to do so. Number one, something that I would die to tell my younger self, like, dude, you're struggling still as an adult with this concept. Like, why don't you understand this? Failure is necessary. Do something, and this is not only for me, this is for everyone out there. Do something even if you might fail at it. Failure is something that we need to understand that comes with purpose. If you don't do something, you will never know if you're good at it. Duh. I am not a failure. This is something that I've ingrained in my head because I went to school and I had the idea that I'm just going to be the greatest psychologist. I have A, B, and C planned together, but life throws you curveballs, and that's okay. Sometimes you get into something and you don't necessarily know what the steps will be, but you have all this passion, and along the way you're like uncertain about certain things, about what you thought was your calling. So then you don't want to tell other people because you don't want to be a failure. You don't want other people to be right, and you don't want other people to be like, oh, after all this money that you've spent or whatever. I know I'm not the only one out here that went to college and thought, okay, well, what am I gonna do now? And it wasn't that I didn't like psychology. I love psychology. It's a hobby. It's my psyche. When I watch stuff, I'm like, well, that bitch is crazy. Because do you not see her mannerism? She did A, B, and C or whatever. And when I be watching these crime shows, I'm like, he killed that bitch. Why I know this? Because I loved what I studied, okay? And this is something that I've had many conversations with my husband, with the people that care about me around me. When you do something and you are there in your life and you do it and you love it or whatever and you think it's your calling, don't you ever regret it. Why don't you ever regret it? Because it was something that made you you. And apart from that, I will never take back that I went to college. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because people can take anything away from you, but what you know and your talent, nobody can steal from you. There's things that I learned in college that people will never know in their lifetime.
Oh my God!
And this is not to down anybody who did not go to college. I know the system is rigged for people who can afford to go to college, okay? But if you had the opportunity to do so and you really were passionate to learn, because that's what it is. I love to learn. I'm a person that if I learn something, I feel so fulfilled. I would go to college again, even if it's for something else. But I feel like also if going to college is not something that you ever wanted to do, you don't feel like you'll get anywhere, you'll probably even look at this and be like, that's why I don't go to college, because people be spending money and they don't end up liking what they do. Well, I'm just here to tell you, I don't regret it, period. Another thing, number 2, is fear can be crippling. Okay, so don't let fear literally dominate your whole life. It literally dominates my whole life, and it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting that fear literally stops me from my potential and what I can do, and I know I could do, because I feel inadequate, because I let anxiety and depression be the voices in my head, because I let the voices around me dictate my decisions, because I thought, well, if I'm like this, then there must be a problem with me. Number 3, another thing that I would tell my younger version of myself would be, you are deserving of everything that comes your way. Everything has a purpose. And if you are not ready for something, believe in your gut instinct. You are not ready for something. And what you believe will happen for you and you manifest it will happen for you. Number 4, the other thing that I would tell myself would be that I'm smart all the time, not only when it's convenient. I'm beautiful even if I don't always feel that way. To take care of myself when I was younger, because later on my immune system is gonna suck. So I mean, in physical, I mean, granting myself peace, allowing myself to feel things freely, because honestly, sadness and anger are just as valid as happiness. Number 5, this would be the final thing that I would tell myself. Everything in your life that you see as a negative, reprogram your brain to see it as a positive. And I can give you an example. Speaking Spanish. All my life, I've spoken Spanish, but I always feel like I say things in a weird way, or I don't like how I say, or I come off as harsh, because in English, some things are literal and that's how I speak or whatever. Or I don't conjugate right. So I'm like, I'm doing a service to the language, so let me not speak Spanish. So I feel embarrassed and I don't like to speak it. But now as an adult, I try to challenge myself to speak more Spanish. And then I'm in a relationship. I'm married to a man whose first language is Spanish. So in my brain now, as an adult, I try to reprogram that me knowing Spanish, even if it was a broken Spanish or not a Spanish that I really think I sound cute speaking, at least I know how to speak Spanish. I'm bilingual, and that's a positive. So yeah, those are the things that I would tell myself, but I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys would tell yourselves. But yeah, I often think about this a lot, especially for people like me. If you're in your 20s, this is your time to explore. If you think you've effed up already, you still got a lifetime more to F up. Like, don't down yourself because of something that you feel like you effed up on. Like, you got plenty of time. We're not in a rush. And even if you're in your 30s, that's like the new 20s too. Don't down yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people, because everybody will be doing things and they don't put nothing negative on their social media. That, first of all, that's the first thing that your younger self should know. Everybody else is just playing the game, and you should be too. With that all being said, I hope you guys are having a great day. Stay safe. Remember, stay safe. There's idiots out there. And please like and subscribe to support your girl. I'm gonna be doing more of these type of videos. I think on Thursdays, I'm doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, and maybe Sundays sometimes, but Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on Thursdays, I'm thinking of doing where I talk more along the lines of what I'm doing now, and calling in not throwbacks. Why am I saying throwbacks? Truth Bomb Thursdays. So set yourselves up to be watching my videos on Thursdays as long as Tuesdays, but on Thursdays I'm doing my little Truth Bomb Thursdays. Yeah, so